Hey guys, this is RADE again. Today we would like to explain how you can mount the 690 fairing. First step, you need to remove the OEM headlight, and it's quite easy. Here are two bolts on each side and you just take it out, disconnect the OEM connector and disconnect the turn signals. Then you see this, don't get scared. You have to disconnect all the electric things. And you first take out these two bolts to remove the speedo holder. Everything what is from top, from handlebars, put behind them, so you have more space. Here you remove the cables here, and here is one necessary thing. This is the only change you have to do to the bike. You need to cut this with some sharp knife and get the harness out. Take the upper clamp and the M5 bolt, and you need to lift up the plastic part and you hook it like this. There is already now turn handlebars on the other side, and just catch it, yeah, don't tie it, just catch it, and do the same on the other side. This wire is a guide for the brake hose, yeah, to fix it in the position. So you take the M6x20 bolts and the M8 nuts. We use them as the spacers, yeah, because here is offset on the triple clamps. First you put there the brake hose. Now you bolt on. It's good if you put the Loctite on the bolts, yeah, so you fix them better, yeah, and the brake hose guide is installed. Guys, at this stage you remove the headlight holder and the covers from the tower, and you insert the USB portlet. It's easy, and you secure it from inside. These are the original grommets holding the speedometer. So take all three of them, yeah, and insert them in the holes on the tower, like this. Now you take the original speedo, you insert it carefully into the grommets. Now you find the original bolts you have from the speedo, and you carefully tight the speedo. The speedo is from plastic, and you are tightening into the plastic, yeah, so be very careful with the threads. Yeah. Guys, at this stage you have the tower ready to be mounted on the bike, yeah. Just recap: USB port, here is the speedo cap. You can do some customizing if you wish, yeah, like one of our customers. You can prepare some switches for your GPS or anything else. But what is important for us now, you see here is disconnected, yeah. So this is the way how you put on the cables, how you put in the cables. First you need to get in the stuff from the handlebars, yeah. Make sure, yeah, you don't squeeze anything, and then you get the big harness coming from the bike. You put it inside like this. Now you take the M6x40 bolt, you insert it on the upper clamps, and here you align the first holes, and you put it there like this, yeah, and you secure just finger tight with a nut from the other side. Now you take the low clamps and one M6x40 bolts and one nut, put them in the pocket. Now use your shoulder, because you will lift it up, and you can you insert the low clamps, yeah, and you put the tower back, and now you take the bolt. Now it's a bit of game. Now it's there, and you take the nut and you secure it just a finger tight at this moment, yeah. And now you make sure again that you didn't squeeze any of the wires in between the low clamps. Yeah, this is very important thing at this stage. So you can take then another 2 bolts, insert them and tight. Yeah, guys, now the tower is fully mounted to the steering neck. So you have all 4 bolts there. All of them are now tightened. You were careful that you didn't squeeze any harness inside the tower. Yeah. What is important that the main harness go in this space. Here is the cable from the ABS going down to the ABS unit. Yeah. So this is how it looks like when it's correctly mounted. Now it looks a little bit scary, but it's not. You will arrange it quickly. All the harness are above the low clamps. Yeah. Secondly, don't forget to put inside all the cables coming from the handlebars. And now how we start to connect everything together. You start with the cable from the speedometer. Yeah, because this one is, the length is so it's good to unbundle it and make sure you connect it here. Here is the original sleeve, so you just put it down like this, so you have more feeling and space. And this connector, especially here, the pins are very tiny. It's very tiny, so be very careful how you will lock it there. Zack. And you hear the voice of the speedo, so it means it's well connected. Now put back there the rubber. It is good to secure it with a zip tie, yeah, so it doesn't fall down from. Now the second step, what do? You connect the USB portlet. Actually, you have 2 sources coming from the motorbike, just to explain. The one is ACC1 and the second is ACC2. One is permanently under the power from the battery, and secondly works only with the ignition on. Next step is to connect all the remaining connectors. It's pretty easy because all of them are unique, so you cannot mix them up. This is the one. Now the 6-pin, for instance, the 3-pin, and the 2-pin, and the last one. And now should be everything connected. Here are the temperature sensors and a flasher. This remain free. Yeah? Ignore this one. This is a custom solution here. Yeah, but this is the headlight connector and these are the turn signals connector. Guys, now we recommend to do a test that everything is correctly connected. This is the headlight connector. So you put it in. You turn the key, and you see the headlights are on. You can even start the engine. So now you know that everything is well connected. So you can take it out again. Guys, before we bundle it back, so you can make a decision now, and you can add some other custom solution if you need some extra connector for your tablet, handset or whatever else. So now is good time to do it, yeah, but it's also up to you how you will do it, okay? When all the connectors are connected well, you did the test, now you can put all the cables inside the tower. There is no any unique recommendation how to do it, just to put it there. Now what is important, the turn signal connectors, you have to prepare somewhere down here to the bottom. And the headlights connector, we also recommend to prepare it to the bottom because it's easier to access, to connect it when you close the cover with the headlights. But because of this custom solution, specifically for this bike, we have to keep the headlights connector in this position here. It's also possible, but it's a little bit more difficult to connect it later on. Prepare a few bolts M5x16 and this cover. keep only one bolt in your hands. And now here are 1, 2, 3 rivet nuts. So you will use just the low one, yeah, the third one from top, and you just finger tight a little bit, and you leave it like this, so you are still able to access the connectors. Now you take the headlights with the holders. We will explain how you mount it, yeah. The headlight comes in a box with 8 bolts, yeah, so check the box, you find the bolts and you bolt on into the holder. And when important thing also, the shorter tubes, the high beam goes to the upper position, with the longer tube, it's a low beam, goes to the lower position. Now again, ignore the yellow one, it doesn't exist for you, only the white one, and you connect into the 4-pin. Now you go again to your pocket, you finger tight the first bolt, only finger tight, yeah, and then you do another one. Guys, this is a bit of paper, but pretty important for you. This is in a box with the headlights. Yes, so on the first pages you have copy of the certification for the headlights. Yeah, and on the last page you have guidance how you can set up correctly the direction of the headlights. Yeah, each headlight it's on 4 bolts, so when you lose them in low bolts there are ovals, so you can adjust the direction through the ovals. Yeah, guys, so this is the so-called Garmin adapter, how it works. Yeah, they look the same, yeah, but actually in one half is the thread, in the second half is just hole. Yeah, you can mount it with different, this is one option, second option, third option. Yeah, so you have actually 3 options how you can mount it. Always, but always, the one with the threads goes to the bottom. You put here any other platform, ram mount, whatever you need, and you mount it to the adapter. But it was prepared mainly for the Garmin cradle. This is the Garmin original cradle, works for Montana, many others, 276, etc, etc. Now before you tie it, you can decide what angle you want, and you can place here the Garmin device you have. Guys, now it's time to finish the windshield, or prepare the windshield. Now I suggest you take a sticker and you cut it close to this black edge. And the point is, you stick it from inside. When you more or less align this corner, you will get it there, yeah? Now for the video, I do it from crazy angle, yeah. I don't see it correctly. It's good to get as much possible this radius, and you do the same for the other side. The next step, you take the mesh, yeah, and you stick it around. What we suggest, you start at here, the top middle corner, yeah, and you go on both sides. You see, we have covered the holes now, yeah. The point is, if there would be the holes, you would never fit it correctly on all 4 of them. So now it's good to take a sharp knife, yeah, or drill, and cut again the holes into the windscreen, yeah. And now the windscreen is ready to be mounted on the motorbike. Guys, here are the side panels. They are from Lexan, so they are pretty flexible. You don't have to be afraid you will crack them easily. From the other side, under the decal, there is a hole for the turn signals. Yeah, so you have to make a decision now if you want to use the turn signals or not. If you want to use them, take a sharp knife and cut the holes here, 1 and 2nd hole. Then you take the turn signals. The turn signals comes already with the original connectors, so it's just plug and play. Yeah. And it's prepared. Now you prepare the 4 M5x16 bolts with plastic washers and the rubber nuts. Yeah, and also the Allen tool number 3, I think. Now we will insert the rubber nuts in the first and in the last hole. They are bigger a little bit, yeah. You push it through. The good tip is, because it's very tight, you insert the bolt inside and it's easier to push through, and then you take out the bolt. At this stage you mount the side panels together with the windshield. And again, it's the first and the last position you mount together, yeah. We use the rubber nuts because they keep certain flexibility, yeah, in the solution. When they are vibration, so it's still working well, yeah. So don't over tight it and don't use Loctite, yeah. If you once use a Loctite, you will be never able to release it again, yeah. Now you prepare again for M5x16 bolts with the plastic washers. Guys, the fairing is ready to be installed. Just open a little bit wide. Now remember, to the upper holders goes M5x16, but to the low brackets goes the M5x20, a little bit longer bolts. Again, you are mounting into the rubber nuts, so don't over tight. Now we need to bolt on or fix the side panel. What is important, you aligned this corner and this corner, you align, and here on top you see there is a line here in the fairing, and here is line 2, so more or less you should align like this, yeah. And you take a drill, 5mm or 6mm, and you drill carefully through the original panel, yeah. Be careful you don't drill through into your motorbike. Now you take a drill, ideally 9.5. If you don't have 9.5, you take 9mm and you enlarge it a little bit, yeah. And you drill now only into the original panel, yeah. Hop. Again, very carefully. Now you take the rubber nut and the bolt, just put it inside, because the hole is very tight, so to push it through, it's easier to do with the bolt. I'm there, I take out the bolt and the rubber nut is inside, yeah. Now you bolt on and you do the same on the other side, and the fairing is installed. This is the headlight cover, and here is the orange frame, yeah. It's totally up to you if you like it there or not. If you like it, you have to stick it on. You peel it from top center, just make sure you are correct there, and you go to one side, to the other side, and now you go for the legs, yeah. So the sticker is on. The headlights cover has the holes, yeah, but the sticker not. You have two options: either you take sharp knife and you cut it out. Second option, you take a drill, 4mm, but you have to go from the side of the sticker, not from this side. Otherwise, you will destroy it. Yeah. So you find the hole, you drill it through from this side. You prepare the M4 bolts and the plastic washers. One tip: don't push too much. If you push too much through, you will push out the rubber nut, and you will have to remove everything again. Also remember, you go to the rubber nuts, so don't over tight. If you tight too much, the plastic washer will squeeze the sticker. Now you have to connect the turn signals. So the connectors are already here. Then you push it inside the cables, yeah, so it doesn't interfere with the fender. Yeah. You can also secure with a zip tie around the headlight holder. Hey guys, the installation is ready. We suggest you book the full afternoon or half day to be able to install the K3 fairing on your motorbike, especially when you will follow our very detailed video install guide. It shouldn't be a problem to install it just yourself with one pair of hands. Yeah. So the installation is ready, and now you can start enjoying better wind protection, stronger LED lights, and more space for the navigation.